a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Hey, everybody. Thank you for listening to yet another edition of For Light and Dice. Before we get into the episode, I do want to talk about something. You may have noticed that we skipped a week. That was primarily because of the strikes. In case you've been living under a rock, the SAG-AFTRA organization, which represents a lot of actors that participate in Hollywood film and TV, are all on strike because they are trying to fight to uh, basically be paid a fair living wage. If you can imagine, the people that are in our visual media, the visual media that we love, including Star Wars, a lot of the people that are participating in these productions right now are barely getting paid enough to survive in the LA area and all over the world. And right now, they have taken to the streets. It is hot around here. It is very difficult to be standing around all day protesting. Also, a lot of these people aren't working right now because of the strikes. And so it's a very stressful time for all of them. And I just want to, on behalf of everybody on this show, I want to make sure that everybody understands that we support the actors. And even before this strike, the previous strike, which is currently ongoing, which is a writer's strike, that's still ongoing as well. So we support everybody that makes the movies, the television shows, especially the Star Wars stuff. We believe that they should all be paid a fair living wage, and we support their efforts to strike. So because of that, we took a week off because we weren't quite sure what type of asks were going to be made. And now that it's a little bit more clear, we understand that because this show is primarily based on the books, that we can go ahead and proceed forward. So we're going to go ahead and do that. In the next few weeks, I'll be posting information about how you can support everybody that's on strike right now. There's a lot of really awesome nonprofits and services that are being set up to help support a lot of these people financially while they are protesting for their right to make a living wage. Definitely would encourage everybody that cares about this issue to go ahead and put as much support as you can for all these folks because they're fighting. They're literally fighting for their lives so that they can feed their families and survive. And I support them. So with that said, let's get back to the story of the show, shall we? We last left off with some folks making a deal with a very strange person. I wonder who that could be. But we're going to head back to Naboo for right now, where we're going to meet up with Lysander and Wynne and see what they are up to. Okay, meanwhile, back on Naboo, you all are walking back towards the palace. Your data pad.
It's more like a brisk jog.
You're walking
like moving very quickly,
and your data pads go off. There's a bunch of text messages being sent your way, and yeah, you get back to the palace. It's quite. Everything is lit up. There's a lot of people around. The Festival of Lights is officially begun, and even though it's like the equivalent of 11 p.m., it feels like the party is just getting started. All of Naboo's high society is here, dressed to the nines, and oddly, your droid fits right in.
Wynne does not seem to notice any of the festivities. They are looking for Pola with every fiber of their attention at this moment.
Yeah, and you see Pola standing kind of off to the side. She seems to be speaking to somebody who is, you don't get a very good look at them. They're about 5'8", so very, on the smaller side, definitely humanoid shaped. They do, however, are wearing white and gray robes with gold trim.
Wynne makes a beeline for the group, for the two, and says, "Hello, hi, hey, Ambassador. So sorry to interrupt." And they turn to look at the person that Pola is speaking to.
You see a woman with white skin and white silvery eyes and black hair. And
I just did a little dance in the video call here because I know who this is.
she seems not to react at all to your interruption. She's just looking at you intently.
Wynne turns to look at her and says, "Hi, I'm Wynne. Nice to meet you." Turns back to the ambassador. Could we borrow you for just a moment?
Ambassador Pola nods and looks over at the woman she was speaking with and says, "Master Jareni, please excuse me for a moment. This way."
Oh, hold on. Like a Jedi? Like master? Like a Jedi person?
Orla looks at you and smirks just a little bit, and she says, "Yes, we'll be speaking later. I assume this one is Lysander." She points over at the Lysander.
Yeah, Lysander, who's been kind of zoning out. He's just like, huh? Oh, yeah, I'm Lysander.
Actually, Jedi should probably stay. Wynne lowers their voice so that the four of them are the only ones who can hear them over the den of the party. And they say, "So, we have very strong reason to believe that Rulthess is here, like here on Naboo, and planning something imminently."
Ambassador Pola looks really critical of what you just said and just says, "How can you be sure? We have all of the security set up. Our system is well covered. We didn't detect a star speeder come into the system. Not recently, at least."
There's no reason to say that he couldn't have changed ships. Security doesn't stop people from planning things. Ideally, it just stops them from executing them.
Orla closes her eyes for a little bit and reopens them and says, "There is danger. I sense it."
See, we could teach Lysander to do that, but I do feel like he would just sense danger all of the time, so I'm not sure that would be useful.
Orla actually chuckles a little bit and says, such is the way of the galaxy."
I like your comedic timing. Wynne turns back to Pola. "We were contacted by a Gungan who informed us that Thess was here and has recruited other Gungans to some sort of cause. And given the fact that if I was a bad actor who was planning something, the fact that all of Naboo's elite are gathered in one place would present a very big target for me as a scoundrel, scumbag, or possibly bounty hunter if I was going to try something ridiculous like abducting the Supreme Chancellor. This would be a place that I would do it."
I will go speak with the Queen and the Sergeant of Arms right now.
Awesome. Much appreciated. We will, Wynne looks over at Lysander and we'll do something, I guess. Probably something insane.
Pola actually laughs when you say that, and Orla looks over at you, Lysander, and she just stares at you for a little bit.
Lysander, like, stands up straight, nervously, like, is there something you wanna tell me?
Elzar was right. You are strong in the Force. And I sense something more. And she looks down at your pocket.
Yeah, and Lysander pulls his hands out of his pocket, crosses his arms like, "Oh, Elzar was talking about me? How is Elzar?"
He seemed fine to me when he messaged me. He said that you needed training.
I mean, I'd love training, but the last Jedi I talked to, I mean, I guess they did say that I could get training with someone who wasn't a Jedi, but you're a Jedi, aren't you?
I'm a Jedi Master, but also a Wayfinder or Wayseeker. I think that you bear the burden of the galaxy on your shoulders,
I I mean, it feels like that sometimes.
and sometimes it is true.
You know what's great? A great time for training? When it kind of sticks their head into the frame and sort of waves a hand. You know what's a great time for training? On the job, in the field. Like, for instance, moving to the outskirts of the party so that if Thess does, in fact, show up and try something, we can use the fact that he really criffing hates us to draw him away from the, I don't want to say innocent people, because anyone in a position of wealth and privilege probably is not an innocent person. However, the people that definitely don't deserve to get murdered.
Orla says, I do not sense danger here now. I will keep an eye on things while you go. But I see no need to cause a panic.
No, no panic, just precautionary measures. Just just in case something goes horribly wrong, as it does with us all the time, actually. I think the Force hates me.
Orla looks uh, confused by what you just said, but before she gets a opportunity to say anything else, Ambassador Pola kind of steps in and says, "I think the Jedi knows what they are doing. When I need the two of you to come with me now."
Okay, we will do that. We will do that. Wynne turns back to Orla and says, "So lovely to meet you, Jedi uh, Jareni. We're gonna go now, but why don't you and Lysander exchange com codes so that he can call you if we have any problems? I would say the reverse, but like Jedi Master, you'll be fine."
Orla nods and looks over at you, Lysander, and just says, "We will be speaking later."
Okay. And Lysander will exchange any like contact information with Orla.
Okay. Yeah, and she does. She takes your communication codes, but she doesn't give you hers.
That's fine.
The Ambassador Pola gestures you to follow her, and she just kind of looks at you, Wynne, and says, "When I offered to bring you here to keep you safe, I didn't expect you to start so much trouble."
We honestly don't start anything, it just sort of finds us.
Apparently. And tell me, what other dangers are there to be discovered?
Well, currently, as far as I personally know, the only active issue is going to be Rule Thess. But, I mean, I haven't looked at my data pad in a while, so maybe the other group is doing something incredibly stupid. I have no idea.
I find it hard to believe that they would do something dumber than what is happening here right now.
You would be surprised.
Indeed. Go wait in your rooms. I'll have the guards posted there and also droids monitoring everything. I'll speak with the queen right now. But
Much
Okay.
appreciated. All we can ask is there's an imminent concern that this is here and going to try something stupid.
Thess is not the only one to be concerned with. But I understand that this is a delicate situation, and we will do our best to protect you.
Cool, 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 cool. Uh, we'll just go back to our apartments now.
And at that point, one says, "Do I look pretty?"
Aww.
Yes, you look very pretty. You're the prettiest person at the ball. We're gonna take them back to recharge.
Master Polo looks at one and is just like she's just like completely like confused and shocked and just kind of wants to wash her hands of the situation, shakes her head. I'm going to go do some real business now. Thank you. Please wait in your rooms.
Have fun. And Wynne kind of starts to escort Lysander and one off towards the direction of their apartments.
Cool. And yeah, it doesn't take you long to get to your apartment from where you are. And
So as soon as they get outside, were there any guards or droids or anything that went with us?
they're not following nearby. No. When you get closer to your room, you do notice that there's an increase of guards posted everywhere.
Wynne turns to Lysander and says, "Yeah, so obviously we're not going to stay in our rooms."
If we stayed here, I would be surprised because that doesn't really seem like our thing.
How do you feel about climbing out of windows?
I mean, it's been a while since I've had to sneak out of a house or apartment, I guess. But I guess I can climb out a window, Win.
Great, that seems to be the theme here. Climbing out windows. Everyone's favorite Naboo activity.
Certainly seems like it's one of yours right now.
Yeah, well, if you have hobbies, best to indulge them. Helps keep the blood pressure down.
Does it really?
No.
One says, I don't know how to walk.
Well, you can just hover, so you're fine.
Wow.
So I guess they're gonna head back to their apartment.
Yeah, and like I said, in the hallway now there's almost 12 guards just in the immediate vicinity. They all stand at attention. They don't react to you at all as you walk by, but they do look like that they're trying their best to secure the area.
When they enter the apartment, Wynne immediately starts looking for a way to leave said apartments without being detected.
Well, you have a lot of large, beautiful balconies that you can easily climb off of and probably scale the walls down, but you do notice also there are a lot of probe droids just flying around on the outside.
Lysander is changing back to his normal clothes instead of these super fancy
Yeah, and y'all are
ones.
still wearing your super fancy clothes, obviously.
Yes, Wynne will also change back to their normal brown attire.
So we're basically being watched by everything right now. Any ideas on how to get past all the probe droids and the guards?
Guards, no. Wynne turns to one. How good is your hologram projecting technology?
My what?
Can you... The making of the images that are the you know when you tell stories and they need illustrations?
Yes.
Okay, those. The thing you do when you do that.
Oh. I mean, it's functional.
All right, let me ask you this one. Could you use your programming to tell all those probe droids up there a story in such a way that they think it's really happening?
What if I think it's really happening?
That's even better.
Wow. What?
Can you theoretically, if Lysander and I were to say, just for fun and just for hypothetical purposes, if Lysander and I were to climb out of the window and down the balconies, could you tell all of the probe droids around that we are still in this apartment and not climbing down the balcony in such a way as they would believe the story.
But wait, you're not in the room when you clamber over the balcony.
That's correct. It's a lie.
Oh.
We're lying.
That's like what Whisper did when she looked in the mirror and told herself that she wasn't alone anymore.
Yes, exactly like that. Sometimes lies are good, one. Sometimes they help keep you or other people safe, or are just like affirmations you can tell yourself in the mirror that everything's gonna be okay, and that your massive student debt is one day gonna get paid off.
Lies are good.
Sometimes lies are good.
Okay, I can do this.
Great.
How many guards are outside of their apartment, like when they walked in through the front door before?
I mean, before they kind of reinforced everything, there were only 2 guards out in the hallway, but now there are 12.
That's a lot of guards.
I think we're gonna have better luck getting out via the probe droids.
Yeah.
I think that now we also need to decide, because we have 2 options. One option is to go back to the palace and try to figure out what Ambassador Pola meant by there's more danger here. But another option is to go see if we can figure out if that Gungan was telling the truth and follow up on that side of things. So we can go to the palace and try to follow up on the Ambassador Pola thing and find out what she meant by more danger than we know, or we can go try to find out what's going on with the Gungans and ideally head that off before it becomes a thing.
I mean, the safer bet is to go to the ambassador, but I don't know how happy she'd be with us sneaking out of our room. So, I feel like if the others were here, they'd say, let's go deal with this. Let's go deal with this.
All right. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to bias your results, but I do agree that the others would say, let's go after Thess, and after some grumbling, I would probably agree.
Okay.
So, Wynne is going to turn to one and say, go ahead and do your thing with the probe droids, and then stay here. It will be safe for you here.
Okay.
Good. Go ahead and start that, and Lysander, let's go deal with this. And with that, Wynne heads over to the balcony, and after a long sigh, begins to climb down the side of the building.
Can you make a acrobatics roll?
Yes.
Oh, and Lysander, if you're gonna do the same thing, you're gonna have to make an acrobatics roll as well.
That's going to be a 20.
I got a 14.
Okay, so Wynne, you have no problem scaling down about 50 feet to get down to the bottom. But Lysander, you're starting to scale down, and suddenly you slip and begin to fall. Can you make a dexterity saving throw?
Great. Cool. I got a 13.
So when you're climbing down, you can see like above you that Lysander loses their footing and they start falling past you. And Lysander, you're gonna fall 50 feet down to the bottom.
I would like to try to grab them.
Make a perception check to see if you can react quickly enough to.
It's gonna be a 7.
Yeah, you kind of look over, and by the time you notice that Lysander is falling, they've already fallen past you. but Lysander, you suddenly stop short of the ground, and you're floating like only an inch or two above. And you sense that Orla is standing there with her hand out, and she says, "You seem to me like the type that would not be staying still."
You would be correct in that assumption.
And all of you get down. By the way, one is playing a very loud projection of the past 10 minutes of your conversation. So it's the two of you plotting to run to escape the apartment and go down the porch. But the droids don't seem to have noticed that you have left.
Okay. That is a later problem. Wynne looks over at Orla as they finish their descent. You seem like the type that knew that we weren't going to stay in our apartments.
And you seem like the type that needs help. So let's go.
And with that, I guess they head off to try to find Captain Thess.
So the Squonk crew, what do y'all have just concluded your call with the eye.
Yeah, Zero was gonna look at the data that our contacts sent us.
Yeah, so a more traditional navigational hyperspace route. It's not always a straight line. Obviously, it goes all over the place, but there are things in here that would suggest it's just completely impossible for a standard hyperdrive to be able to do.
Oh, is that why we need the illegal shit?
Yeah, I think this. If you look at this, yeah, our ship definitely can't do this. That's probably why the person said we needed like modifications to our hyperdrive.
Oh, I should clear. Gauze is not in the room. She left to go check on Karin.
Oh, well then I guess Zero said that just out loud.
Sorry.
Just to maybe what Ed? I don't know. If they're still there.
So I suppose that means we steal a Nihil ship.
Oh, that is certainly an option that I hadn't considered.
Because they will have the same modifications.
This is certainly true. Hadn't thought of that. I was just thinking we'd do what the person said.
Why would we do that?
Fair. I guess we're not very great at following instructions, so that tracks. Okay. So that is an option. I guess we need to find out about this legacy run thing.
Why?
Well,
we have the information we need. We have the location. Now we just need to steal a Nihil ship. We do not need to provide the individual with the legacy run information.
Well, shoot, you're right.
What are they going to do? Place a bounty on us?
Well, I mean, the idea was, if we give them the information, they would like clear our bounty, which would be nice.
I can kill whoever comes for us.
That does seem to be the pattern, yeah. Okay, well, I guess let's go see what Gaz thinks of this plan. You're really smart, One End. All right, let's go.
Thank you. It's my low wisdom stat that makes me as reckless as possible.
Yeah, so guys, Car is she was sitting in her room, just looks like she's trying to take a nap, but as soon as you walk in, she opens her eyes and kind of looks at you.
She has some of the leftover bugs and seaweed snacks from Nalhada in a glass of water, and just comes over and sits it down on the bedside.
She looks at you inquisitively and just says, "You seem upset."
I'm fine. As fine as we always are when we have a happy day in the store, right? Leave the worries at the door.
I mean, I don't actually care about you, but you seem very different right now.
What can we do for you? What do you need?
I need to get back to Fritello headquarters.
And you're not going to tell them about us?
I keep going back and forth on it.
Oh. You can't. She just sits down on the bed. Car, I know you saw my file, so I know you probably know that I was part of the Shade Group on Coruscant. And I left the chance to make an insane amount of money and power. But I can't go back there. You have to swear that you're not going to tell them about me or our friends or our ship or any of that, please. I can't. She just takes Car's hand, probably a little bit too hard. I cannot go back there.
She's really surprised and says, "What's wrong with going back there? Like, look at this place. Look how chaotic everything is."
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
No. I like order. I like structure. I like schedules.
With all due respect, Car, I haven't even told my crewmates why I left. I don't know you well enough to tell you. But just... Yeah, I worked in the stores during the day, but at night I was a waitress and a host in the clubs and lounges, and the stuff I saw there, I cannot go back to him. I can't. And so, I need you to swear that you're not going to tell anybody.
Fine.
Ooh, can I roll?
I need you to swear that I'm the one that when you talk to people about this, if ever, that you tell people I'm the one that saved everyone.
Can I roll to see if she's lying again?
Yeah, sure.
What was that? Perception?
Insight.
Insight? Ooh, that is a 15.
You get the sense that she is very self-centered and very much concerned with her own self-image, and for that reason she is telling the truth.
She kind of looks at her for a long, hard minute and just smiles. You trained in the stores, didn't you? Or were you hired into... I'm assuming you're part of the expansion team if you were here in the mid-rim looking at this platform here with the evil gonk droid and everything. You were part of the expansion team. So did you rise out of the stores or were you hired into the expansion team?
I was supposed to be a sector manager. And I did a Galactalk live session and got in some trouble. And so I was, in quotes, promoted to be part of the expansion team.
I see. Huh. I always wanted that for a while there.
Not as good as people think it is, but I'll make it work. I always do. That's because I'm so amazing.
You are. Would you like to try some of the food here? You know what they say. Only the worthy people get the good stuff.
Is that gluten-free?
Yes, it is. Why don't you just reach over there and grab some?
She looks at it and she eats it. She doesn't seem to have any problem eating bugs.
Does she turn her back to me?
Yeah.
So in that time, with a shaking hand, Gaz reaches into her jacket, and she takes out Grime and points the blaster at her. And can I roll to shoot her?
Yep.
Oh, okay. What do I roll? What do I roll to shoot her?
It's going to be an attack roll, so your weapon should have an attack bonus.
Oh, hold on. I can't see because the Zoom call is covering half my character sheet. This would be with my blaster pistol, not Sasha. So, sorry. I rolled off my desk. Chris, that's a nat 20 plus
Okay.
6.
So you either roll damage once and multiply that by 2, or you multiply the total by 2, or you roll twice and add the total.
Can I count this as a sneak attack too?
Sure can. Yeah, she's completely surprised.
So it would be 2d6s. I'll do double damage with
Okay.
my sneak attack. So that would be what, 4d6s? Here.
Wow.
My first count, please. 6, 10, 15, 18.
You shoot her. Where do you shoot her?
Point blank in the back. I'm sitting on the bed with her.
Yeah, you shoot her, and you can even see the plume of smoke exploding out of her chest, and she falls over dead.
So Gaz is just sitting there, just like staring at the body that she just shot in her room. And she just starts kind of breathing heavily.
Yeah, did we hear a blaster go off?
Yeah, you sure did.
So everybody knows before we started recording, I had a feeling this would happen, so I told everybody in my house, I was like, if I scream horribly, I'm fine.
Yeah, same.
Love that. Wynn's going to quicken their pace.
She is, like, up on the bed, plastered against the wall, looking down at the dead body on the floor when they get there.
Oh, hello.
Hey, how you doing?
She's just looking at them, just like, holy, like, she's not saying anything, just kind of
I'm
in
gonna-
shock, plastered against the wall on the bed.
I see you need a moment. I'm just gonna get rid of this. And Zero will take the corpse and sling her over their back and walk to the probably the cargo area first.
Datapad. She has a datapad on her.
All right, yeah, I was gonna search the body anyway, so like I'll find it.
Yeah, she does have one more data pad, but it wasn't in use at the time.
Does she have anything else on her?
She has a cred card, and that's a very small makeup kit, a small data booklet of affirmations.
Yeah, I think Zero will just like empty all her belongings on the workbench or whatever in the cargo area. And I guess Oh, we're not in space. We're still on the
Yeah, you're still docked at the.
I guess I will open the what is it called? The hatch, the
The ramp.
ramp. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for. I'll open it and lug the body outside with the other junk. Yeah, I mean, I'll like look around, make sure the area is safe or whatever, and then probably just like chuck the body onto a pile of garbage.
All right.
Are you injured?
She was gonna. We should get back to Wynne and Lysander and make sure they're safe on Naboo.
Understood.
Have we heard from them?
No. No. Also,
Okay.
for when you have a moment, me and Zero have a plan.
Sure.
Fantastic, thank you.
Wait, is this? Wait. Is, wait. Is this an eye hill plan?
Yes. Technically.
What about over here? Wait. Okay, hold on. Come on, Ghost. You're okay. Just murder. One end does it all the time.
I do.
Okay. What is the Nihil plan?
Oh, we steal a Nihil ship and then we do not need the modifications from the individual that we just talked to.
Yeah, fuck him.
Well, I wouldn't suggest you do that, but if you want to, that's,
Ew, God, no.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. Hey, aren't the Nihil attacking Wynne and Lysander on Naboo?
I believe there was mention of it.
Yeah. Let's go do that.
Understood. I will plot in the coordinates.
I think,
Okay.
Chris, you said we all heard the like faint, distant gonk, right?
Yeah, the Gonk monster is still around.
All right, so I will, before I get back on the ship, we'll at least like sort of do a scan, look around, see if I can see it, see if it's close.
It's not close by right now, no. It's staying the hell away from the squonk after what happened.
Wonderful. All right, well then I will, after disposing of the body, walk back on.
Well, everybody, that is the show for the week. We had some technical issues at the very end of the session, so just to kind of highlight some things real quick. I know that was a very dramatic end, but the crew does decide to leave for Naboo to see if Wynne and Lysander are indeed in danger. And one end goes out to the junkyard to find a empty droid body for purposes yet unknown. So we'll find out more about that next time, maybe. We'll see. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for listening to our show. Big props to Grushkov, who let us use the music. We always really appreciate that. We love their music and can't recommend them enough. They make a lot of High Republic-inspired music, and I would definitely recommend checking them out. If you want to hang out with us between episodes, we are on social media. I was going to call it Twitter, but now it's called X. I don't know what's up with that, but whatever. We're on that social media platform for now. We're likely going to spin up some other social media platforms because, X, Twitter, whatever it's called, is a dumpster fire. We also have a Discord, so we throw up the link on the Discord via our social media account. You're welcome to join. It's free to join for anybody, and that's an awesome place to hang out with us as well. Anyway, y'all, thank you so much for listening. Once again, we do support the strikes, so you're going to keep hearing more about that. And most importantly, may the Force be with you.